Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Today we're going to talk about the dog and the forecast for the dog in the year of the water tiger. Yeah, so have a look at whether or not you have the dog in your chart. You don't have to be born in the year of the dog. It can also appear anywhere else in your natal chart. So the first thing you need to do is plot your actual Bazi chart, the Chinese astrology chart. The link is here on the slide, but I'm also putting it in the notes to this video. So you can just copy paste, go to the link, and then enter your date and time of birth. Now, if you don't know the time, don't worry. This is not that important. You will surely know the rest. And then just plot the chart and see what kind of animals show up in this section here. Yeah, because for those of you who may be new to Chinese astrology and maybe thinking that only your year of birth is associated with an animal sign, you can actually have more than just one animal sign because you are born in a particular month animal, in a particular day animal and hour. So this person here has 3 different animal signs, one for the year, then the month and the hour are the same, and a different one in the day. Now, some people have only one. Yeah, it's the same for the year, month, day, and hour. That can happen. So if you see that in your chart, don't panic. That's perfectly normal. It's rare, but it's normal. And some of you may have 2 or 3 or 4 different animal signs in your chart. And if one of them is the dog, then this particular outlook forecast will apply to you. Now, it depends a little bit on where it appears in your chart when it comes to how to interpret the actual meaning of the auxiliary stars that will influence your life in 2022. So if it appears in the year, then this forecast applies more to your industry, your social network, your wider circle of friends, or your extended family. If it happens in the month, so if you have the dog in the month, then this relates more to your career, your job environment, your work colleagues, the way you make money, maybe even a side gig, or it could also relate to your parents and your siblings and how you interact with them in 2022. If you have the dog here in the day, then this has more to do with you as a person. Yeah, your mental, emotional, physical wellness, your health overall, how you feel this year, but also your relationships, your close relationships, and obviously mostly your romantic relationships. Yeah, so whether that be a spouse or a long-term partner, or maybe you're single and looking for someone, then this also applies to you. And it can also apply to your very, very most intimate friends, yeah, the ones you tell all your secrets to. And if it happens to be in the hour, then this forecast applies more to how you relate to your children, how you relate to your employees or the staff members you're working with, but also your dreams and the ambitions for this year. Now, don't worry if this is a little bit too complicated or you're not quite sure how to layer this on top of the interpretation. It doesn't matter. Just check, do you have the dog in the chart? If the answer is yes, then this forecast will apply to you. Now, the dog has 4 significant auxiliary stars or energies coming into their lives in 2022. As of February 4th, yeah, this is when the water tiger year begins. Now, the first one is the elegant seal star. And this one brings a lot of opportunities for career advancement. So if you happen to have the dog in the month pillar or in the month of your birth, then this is extra positive because it helps you advance in your career. And it mostly helps you the more creative you are. So be creative, be innovative, and then this will definitely propel you further in your career. It can help you climb the executive ladder, especially because you're open to new ideas, new ways of doing things. And it also gives you a boost of confidence and a sense of independence. Yeah. So you will feel inspired and driven to produce extraordinary results in your career. So really make this work for you. If you are in sales or marketing, even better, yeah, because that's exactly where you need all those creative ideas. So this is a money-making star if you use it for creative and innovative endeavors. You can obviously also use this on a personal level. Start a new hobby, maybe become more creative. Maybe you take up a creative hobby like photography or painting or poetry or whatever, anything that requires creativity. Now, the white tiger star warns you against accidents that may cause bodily injuries. So I would say 2022 may not be the right year to pick up some sort of daredevil hobby or a high risk new sport or go into race car driving or anything like that. The risk of accidents happening depends on how much you expose yourself to those risks. Yeah, so it's not a great year if you are trying to expose yourself to dangerous situations. So don't become a stuntman this year. Wait until the next year, right? And if you try to avoid, or if you do avoid those dangerous or risky situations, then the likelihood of you getting injured is very, very slim. The Sky Warrior star is a star that causes miscommunication. So it's not so much to do with actually physical harm, but it's just miscommunication. And that's obviously also something that can upset you. So you got to be a little bit careful with your words, especially if you happen to be a public figure or if you speak in front of other people. Try to communicate with as much clarity as possible, because it's very easy in the year of the water tiger for a dog to be misunderstood. So make sure that your message is easy, clear, and simple. Yeah, and does not lend itself to be misinterpreted, and then you will be quite okay. Now, the flying chase star is one that it can bring annoying accidents due to absent-mindedness, essentially. Yeah, so being careless may not be harmful in a day-to-day situation, but when it comes to making big business decisions, it's obviously not great. So you have to really, really make sure that you remain alert throughout the year whenever you have to make a big decision, and also try to be attentive, aware of your surroundings when you're outside. Yeah, so don't type a message on your mobile phone when you're crossing the street, because that's exactly the kind of absent-mindedness that will create an accident. So it's really it has more to do with you just not paying attention to your surroundings or not being present. If you are present, if you make sure that all the important things are being taken care of, then you don't have to worry about this. Otherwise, there's just a likelihood of negligence due to inattentiveness. Yeah, it is absolutely avoidable. You don't have to be scared of it. Just become more aware. And then lastly, we've got the Great Shah star. Now, this brings the tendency to make you a bit reckless, yeah, and that can result in over eagerness in situations, whether that's in a personal context or in a professional context. Maybe you're a little bit more, too over eager to help someone when help is not needed, for example. And if you're not careful, then the consequences may be damaging to your finances or your reputation. So whenever you find yourself going a little bit over the top, try to restrain yourself just a little bit. Yeah, exercise caution. Make sure you're not over the top, that you don't be too impulsive and too passionate to avoid mistakes, right? So this is it for the dog. Overall, the dog is quite a good animal sign to have in the chart. Just be a little bit careful of the pitfalls, but do take full advantage of that elegant seal star, and make sure that you use it for your career. And if you want to take up a new hobby and something that's a little bit out there, something that requires creativity, by all means, go ahead and do it. All right. So if you do have any questions, any comments, please get in touch with me. I'm always happy to hear you. And please do like and share this video with anybody who has a dog in the chart. or who wants to generally find out what the dog energy brings in 2022. All right, see you soon.